Welcome to the Bad Nurse Files. Today, we're going to talk about something that mainstream keeps glossing over. Bird flu isn't just a bird problem anymore. It hasn't been for a while. And some evidence shows it can travel through the air like COVID. But I'm also going to fact check a couple of things I've heard on another science podcast because even the experts get it wrong. You've been told bird flu, H5N1, stays in birds. That's outdated. It's been outdated. Since 2024, it's spilled into sea lions, foxes, and now dairy cattle. And yes, California confirmed new cases in August 2025, and that's straight from the California Department of Food and Agriculture public updates. Yet I heard on Cool Science that cattle haven't been reported this month or this season, which is wrong. The official bulletins are public. So why would science say, like a science show, say otherwise? Either they're not looking at the data or they're soft pedaling because nobody wants to panic the dairy industry. And there's this mainstream narrative that bird flu doesn't spread through the air. There have been farmers that have even spent thousands of dollars on lasers to deter birds from flying onto their farms, but it lives in avian droppings and it's been confirmed in the air. So multiple labs have detected virus RNA in air samples from poultry facilities and now from dairy barns. Ferret studies using a virus from the Texas dairy worker showed low but real airborne transmissions. So Scientific American even ran a piece title called Bird Flu Could Be Spreading Through the Air on Dairy Farms. Now, it's not as efficient as COVID, not even close, but COVID also started with denial of airborne spread with the evidence piled up. So do we wait again or do we learn? This is how history repeats. First, they deny, then they minimize, then they say no one could have known. Another claim that Cool Science said it hasn't mutated, and that is simply false. Genomic surveillance shows mutation in the hemagglutinin and the polymerase gene that the virus attached to mammalian type receptors. That's exactly what scientists warned about. And in India, researchers cautioned we may be one mutation away from human adaptation strain. Now, that's a media soundbite. In truth, it takes more than one change, but it signals we're moving down that road. Notice the pattern, right? So no mutation equals reassurance. One mutation away equals sensational headline. Meanwhile, the real story is slow adaptation in real time and it gets buried. Unfortunately, COVID has taught us and keeps teaching us that by the time authorities acknowledge aerosol spread, it's already widespread. Why wouldn't the same playbook repeat? So what does all this mean, right? Let me just, I like to condense it and break it down. So the claim that cattle infection has stopped, it's wrong. California reports prove ongoing cases. The claim of no mutation is wrong. Genomic data shows adaptation, and evidence of aerosol spread is mounting. Not conclusive, but enough to take seriously. So if you're waiting for the official announcement, history shows that it comes too late. And the science is already in public view. You just have to look. That's why I tell you guys, do your own research, read your own articles, and stay up to date on what's going on. So that is today's deep dive. I'm not saying to panic. I'm not to fearmonger. I'm just saying to pay attention, demand transparency, and question the narratives, even from your favorite science shows, because that's what the Bad Nurse Files is about. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and stay safe.